Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Compact Collabs. This theme for this episode is weirdest reads, and I asked everyone that's been involved to give the weirdest read that they could find in their collection. And there are some awesome choices from the people in the video. So yeah, check all the books out, check all their channels out, and enjoy.
Hi world, it's Keely from ABibliophilesJourney, and while I'm a huge horror fan, I definitely read a lot of weird stuff, but I'm going to have to say that my weirdest read of all was a middle grade novel that's not even listed as a horror. It's supposed to be a fantasy. It's called You Will Call Me Drog, or the other title is Call Me Drog by Sue Cowing. It's a coming-of-age story about a little boy named Parker that goes to the local junkyard with his best friend, and he discovers a hand puppet. When he puts the hand puppet on, he can no longer get it off, and it comes to life and forces him to pretty much do whatever it says. It made me really uncomfortable reading it. I thought it was really weird. Maybe you should read it if you want something weird to read. So it's You Will Call Me Drog by Sue Cowing.
Hello my friends, this is Paul from A Common Touch of Fantasy, and the weirdest book I've ever read was House of Leaves by Mark Z. Dedalewski. This is a crazy weird book. The format of the book follows the content of the book. You'll have pages like this where it has like one or two words, and then other times you'll have like these huge pages like this that has like a bunch of footnotes and weird things. Anxiety ridden, horrifying book that I highly recommend. Check it out.
Hi guys, I'm Summer from Summer Reads, and the book that I think is quite strange is Frozen Charlotte by Alex Bell. The reason I think this is pretty weird is because it's basically about some demonic 3-inch porcelain dolls. It's a bit weird to me. But the author is amazing, and this book was really creepy, and the writing was just so good. You should really go check it out.
My book is Carlton Mellick III, The Haunted Vagina. As you can expect from the title, it is ridiculous in the best possible way. It's a bizarro novel from a Razorhead Press, and it's basically about a boyfriend who he's going down on his girlfriend, and he hears a voice, and he decides to climb inside. And there's a whole world in there. So yeah. Haunted Vagina and Carlton Mellick III. Check it out. Cheers, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Sabrina from Look at My Books, and I'm 20 years old and make English booktube videos about German books, about English books, about the books I like, non-famous books, famous books. And my weirdest read definitely was The Girl in the Steel Corset by Katie Cross. Not because I found that the story was so strange, but because I had this book at the hairdresser with me when I got my hair dyed, and read it while my hair was dyed, and that was a really bad idea because I have now lots of my hair color on the book.
Hey guys, I'm Chris from Christoria 2027. This is my weirdest book that I've read. I could pick a few things. I've picked The Menstruating Mall by Carlton Mellick III. It's a bizarro book about a bunch of stereotypical people that get stuck in a mall in America and they can't get out, and that doesn't sound that weird, but it becomes a lot weirder. People start dying, the mall is menstruating. It's very peculiar. So yeah, that's my pick for the weirdest book. Cool.
The weirdest book I've ever read has to be a graphic novel Chew by John Layman and Rob Guillory in Volume 1, Taster's Choice. The main character, Tony Chew, is a psychopathic, meaning that he can tell information about things after he eats them. So he's been recruited for this special force of agents where he eats dead human flesh to see how they've been murdered. If that's not weird, I don't know what is.
The weirdest book I read in recent years was definitely Pirate vs. Ninja featuring zombies by James Marshall. It's a weird, contemporary, fever dream-like, dystopian narrative, and on the surface it has a very kind of juvenile humor, but if you go way deeper, you will see that it has a clever social commentary about political correctness, about how we deal with gender equality, racial equality in our modern day society, and therefore it was a very, very clever and very good read. So it's highly recommended.
Hey everyone, my name is Wiebke and my channel name is One Book, One Review. And the weirdest book that I've probably read is The House of Leaves by Mark-Z Danielewski. It's a story that has 3 narrators, 3 stories parallel in there, which is weird already. It's rather scary, and also, look at the format. Reading this book is clearly an adventure, and you will get sucked into the story by the way it is written even more, which I loved about this book.
Hi guys, this is Ellie, and the weirdest book I've ever read is The Island of the Sweet Sequined Love Nun by Christopher Moore. I read it 3 or 4 years ago. It's really funny. It's a really comical book, but the story is really strange. There's a pilot who flies to this island in the middle of the sea. It's not mapped on any charts, and really strange things happen. He meets a bat who is his friend, that doesn't talk but like guides him through the island. He meets a crazy sequined love nun who the island people think is a god, but she's nuts. And all sorts of strange things happen. It's kind of like a cult on the island. I can't really describe it, but it's so strange and so funny. You definitely need to check it out. Okay, so that's Island of the Sequined Love Nun by Christopher Moore.